Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing? Happy Friday. We're here to steal some time to do some writing. I was going to do back to the library, like I was going to go sit in the library and do this, but I still have to hook up the new Wi-Fi extender. So I haven't done that yet. I will do that today. So hopefully I won't have any issues back there anymore. But right here is like the magic spot because the router is like right up there on the shelf. So we'll do this today, and then hopefully the Wi-Fi extender will help me on Sunday. So let me know who all is here and what you'll be working on or reading. I am going to try to get back into my novel. I don't know. And I wish Kelly was here, but because I'm kind of almost dreading it. I don't know if it's just because I haven't been working on it, because I've noticed that basically for like she's right, for the past 6 weeks we've been working on the short story, and now that that's done, I'm kind of like, well, what now? So I don't know. I might work on a different story project that I have. But I don't know. I really need to finish this story just so I can say it's done. But at the same time, I don't know where I'm going with it. And I feel very out of my league at this point in the story. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see who's here, and then we'll get into the first sprint. Ren is here. Hey, Alicia. Ren's getting some studying done and listening to the last 2 hours of The Wolf King today. Ooh, you got this. That's probably one thing I will do too, is not like read The Wolf King, but I do need to, now that we're halfway through the month, give or take a day, I need to plot out, I need to plot out what I'm going to read for the rest of the month, because I've only read 2 books this month, and they were graphic novels. So I need to actually get some reading done so that I can fulfill my reading challenge and get that done. And I've also started thinking about November's TBR. So I need to read October's TBR before I can do that. So, but yeah, there's a lot, because holidays are coming, whether we want it or not. And I'm not ready. Anne says, good morning. Are you feeling better? Doing laundry and reading. We are going out of town for the weekend. I'm feeling much better. I don't know what it was, but like Wednesday was when I had the fever, right? And that broke pretty much the same day. And then yesterday I had all of the congestion, a little gross in TMI, but I coughed up like a huge like mucus ball. And after that, I was fine. I don't know what it is. I did do hot water with honey. I am going to continue doing that until the end of the weekend, because that seems to be helping, especially my throat. I do have to go to the store, so I'm going to buy some lemon and add the lemon in and see how that works out. But it seems to be working. I've only had to take I took a dose yesterday of Dayquil, and I took a dose yesterday of NyQuil. I have not taken any medicine yet today. But we'll see. I probably will take it just to be on the safe side, but I really don't feel like I need it. You know what I mean? So like I'm feeling better, but I'm not 100%. You could probably tell I'm a little more energetic, but yeah, I don't. And the thing is that cold came out of nowhere. So I don't know. Maybe it was just like a 24-hour bug. Let me know where you guys, if you want to, let me know where you're going out of town. Like, what are you doing? Are you going like on a day trip, a weekend trip? Are we doing like fall type things? Like, let me know. Ren says that's understandable. Alicia, this short story took up so much of your time. Not having such a big project anymore leaves you kind of in a daze afterwards. Yes, it very much does. I also thought about, and you guys wouldn't be able to see it because you would be out here, but I thought about trying to, because I have some writing craft books that talk about like the writing process and the publishing process and all that. I thought about making a list of those so that I could figure out what I still need to read, because I've read some of them, but I still need to read quite a bunch. So, quite a bunch, is that even a phrase? I should use that in a story. Quite a bunch. Um, but I should read them and study more on the writing craft. I guess you could say. Hey, Alicia, back to try and steal time for myself today. You got this, Dee Dee. We're happy you're here and we'll help you steal the time that we have. We're here until 11 a.m. So steal what you can. What are you going to be doing for yourself today? Let us know. About 2 minutes, we're going to get the first sprint started. I did already make my breakfast, so I just have to get it. And I have my coffee. My coffee is here. So I've got my pumpkin spice creamer, and I'm going to have my sausage, egg, and cheese like pancake sandwich that I've always eaten. I don't know why I like those so much, but they're really good. And now starts the cough. Anne says we are going to Harrisburg, PA to a book fair. Oh, I was just talking about this before. What, like an adult book fair? Like a kid's book fair? Like, because I was talking about this yesterday about how I think, we talk about book fairs for like children and through the schools, and it always like supports the school and that kind of thing. But I think we should have like an adult book fair. That way it's so, and you can have like charities that you can donate to. So every time you go to the book fair, whenever your book fair is in town, you can donate to whatever charity is on their list that you care so passionately about, because I would definitely support like the ASPCA or animal shelters, because I am definitely not one to go, like all of my animals have either been found in my yard, or I have like supported the local humane society. I think that would be great. You'll have to let us know when you come back how your trip goes, because I think that is going to be fun. Let us know. Ren says, ooh, breakfast sounds delicious, Alicia. It is absolutely delicious. I wish they would make a bacon version, to be honest, because I would prefer bacon over sausage, but beggars can't be choosers, now can we? I love it, and it's cheaper than going to McDonald's every morning to get their McGriddle sandwich. It's basically the same thing that I'm getting, and it's from Jimmy Dean. Who can deny Jimmy Dean? Dee Dee says, still chipping away at the typeset up to chapter 57. So only 20 chapters to go. Oh man, you got this though. You can do it. Dee Dee says, hey Anne and Ren, hugs and kisses. Courtney is here. Hey Alicia and crew. Hello, hello. Dee Dee says, hey Courtney. Anne says, we are not sure what we might find. I have been extremely depressed, so we're hoping this makes me feel better. I hope it does too, because nothing makes me happier. And I don't know if this is for you as well, but nothing makes me happier than going on like a little road trip and then doing something fun. And that right there sounds like it's fun. So I hope you find all of the things that you are looking for. Ren says, hey to Anne, Dee Dee, and Courtney. Right, so we have reached the bottom of the comments. Are we ready for our first 30 minutes? We're going to get writing and productivity done, planning if need be, whatever you're going to work on. Let's get started with our first 30 minutes. Let me pull up Zicat. Nope, not that way. This way. Aha. See, I like this because it's in a different tab. This is what I'm used to. I really don't need more books. That is me every time I walk into a bookstore. I probably have enough to read. If I were to read every single book in my unread TBR, I probably have enough to read for the next 9 years if I read 100 books a year. Just saying, you know. But what's one more? All right. Let's go ahead and get our first sprint started, and I will see everyone back in 30 minutes. All right. That was our first sprint. How did everyone do? I got my breakfast sandwich. I'm letting it cool off, so I will eat that in the beginning of the next sprint. And then I managed to write 214 words. Not much, but still kind of getting into the groove of things. So we'll see where it goes from here. Let's see where we left off. We left off with Anne saying, I don't really need more books. We never need more books, but oh, my comments jumped. There it is. What is one more? I can't explain why, but just bringing a book home makes me feel better. Yes. I don't know if it's that whole like you're happy because you bought something. What is it, like dopamine or serotonin or whatever the chemical balance is that they say, oh, you're happy because you purchased something new. I don't know if it's that or if it's just the fact that I brought a book home and I know that I'm gonna read it, whether it be today, tomorrow, or sometime in the next few years. I'm all for it because I feel the same way. Like I wish I could go to the bookstore every day and buy a book. I can't because I would go broke. But worst case scenario, I could always make a house out of books. I should do that. You know how people like make pillow forts and like blanket forts and couch forts and stuff? I should totally make a fort out of books. Do you think I'd have enough to do it? I don't know if I'd have enough room to build one. Challenge thought about. I might do that just to see. Just to see. But yeah, I know what you mean. I always feel better bringing a book home, especially if it's one that you know you'll probably enjoy. That makes it even more like, yes. Courtney says, hey, Ren, don't need but want. Yes. It is very much I don't need this, but I want this. And it makes me happy. Jen is here. Good morning, Alicia and chat. Lots of meetings today, but listening to it while I work. Did you get your word count to 5K for the short story? Yes. I actually came in under by the time all was said and done. I think I was at 4,990. So, and then with, of course, adding in all of the things that I needed to add on the front, because you had to add in like your name, address, phone number, email address, your approximate word count, which if it was, because I had like 4,990, then you would say approximate, 5,000 words or whatever. You would round up to the next 100. So I did that. I was able to submit it. I submitted it on the 14th. So a day before it was due. I did check the status of it this morning. It's still in process. So I imagine they have a lot of submissions to go through. I know it said we would probably hear something by December, I think, on whether or not it was accepted or rejected. Because I don't know how many they're going to have like in total for this anthology. And then it did say that if we were selected, we would get a copy of the anthology, physical ebook and audiobook, I think. So that'll be interesting. Especially like depending on who reads my work. We'll see. It'll be interesting because this is my very first submission. So to be honest, I don't have high hopes, but I still have that like sliver of just maybe, but I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yes, I did get it. It's under 5,000. So I did get it submitted, and now it's just the excruciatingly like waiting time. It's brutal. Like I kind of wish that they would already say something, but at the same time, not saying something is probably a good thing. So I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be patient. It's not working. So now I have to busy myself with, having a cold and doing all the things and keeping myself busy. So I don't think about it. If I don't think about it, then I don't check it constantly. It's a whole thing. Anne says, if you saw my basement office/study, you would know why I don't need more books. Have you seen my library? I mean, you guys have seen my library. Well, you haven't seen the floor of my library. You probably don't want to see that. You guys think it looks immaculately organized, and it is not. I have books everywhere. I have boxes of books that are for Pango. I have boxes of books that need to be like inventoried. I have a cart full of books that probably should have already been read this year. So that's my back list of things that I need to get done. And there's books that I just brought in. They're literally still in the Barnes & Noble bags. So I need to clean. I need to clean up. So maybe I should do like a body doubling live where I just clean the library. You guys we can chat, and we can go on sprints to like clean. I'll clean the library. But yeah, I don't need any more books. And that's not even including the ones that I have in the bedroom. Like there's a small bookcase in the bedroom that's 3 shelves full, and then there's a library. So I don't need any books. But the problem is I can't stop myself from buying a book. I've tried on numerous occasions, and somehow I always come home with 2. So I don't know. It's a problem. Paula is here. Hi, Alicia in chat. How are we all today? I'm doing much better. How are you? Courtney is off to bed, work again. Happy reading, y'all. Happy sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Hope you get all of the things done. Dee Dee is here. Placed a small grocery order, unpacked a package, and put away for my mom, and looked over the last chapter edited for anything missed. Ooh, very productive. I think you were even more productive than me. And Anna says, I'm the queen of productivity. I think Dee Dee's the queen of productivity. Yes, I agree. What say you? Charles is here. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, or happy time zone. Argy scallywags. I'm here to steal some more time. Welcome in. What are we doing this morning? Anne says, got laundry switched, sat on my reading glasses again. Oh no! I have sat on these glasses from the Dollar Tree, and they haven't yet to break. The expensive ones always break. Huh. That is interesting. It's funny how those work, though. Like it's like somehow they made them so that they can like be twisted and turned. And I know my husband's does that. Like he can take his glasses off, and like his these pieces on the side here, he can like twist them and turn them and pull them out and push them in. And listen, I wish I knew about those, because I could use those. They no matter what he does to them, he can bend the things no matter how and it doesn't do anything. Dee Dee says, it's Charles' Uncle Daddy. Hey, Charles. Hugs and kisses. Charles says, y'all are Christina's alarm clock, so wish her a good morning. Good morning, Christina. Is she awake? Is she awake now? If not, I can do what I do to my kids. Although it's not very piratey of me to play that song, because I would play the Imperial March for my kids if they don't get up. Charles says, hello, Angel DD. Anne says, that sounds like a great idea. You could clean yours and I can clean mine. Let's do it. We'll set a date and we'll go in there and clean. Let me know when you're ready. Dee Dee says, nope, I feel like you get way more done than me. Really? I don't know. That was quite a lot in that sprint. All I did was type 214 words and make a breakfast sandwich. You got way more than done. But we are about to go into the next sprint right after I read Anne's comment. Anne says, I stopped buying the Foster Grant reading glasses. Are they like expensive? I don't even know what mine are. Mine are like this off-brand, I think. I've had them since 2017. It doesn't say a brand. I don't know. This is what they look like. They have like this little design on the side. I don't see a brand though. They help me see, that's all that matters. I do need to clean them though. They are filthy. You could probably see the fingerprints from there. I probably am due for another eye exam because, like I said, last one I was in 2017. And they really didn't do a full eye exam because I was pregnant, so they couldn't do the like chemicals to dilute your eyes. Hello, welcome in. We're getting ready to go into our second sprint of writing. Here's our little banner because we're doing 2 out of 3. And let us know what you're writing or working on, reading. And we're going to star the comment and go into the next sprint. Let me pull up the cat again. And I will see everyone in 30 minutes. Hello. Hello. What's a CWP? Oh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Right. All right. How did everyone do on that sprint? I wasn't really focusing on my story. I attempted, took out a few words, wrote a few words, but I couldn't really focus on it. So when I did turn off my camera, I was eating my breakfast sandwich because nobody needs to see that. So I ate my breakfast and then I opened up a blank Word document and I decided to just brain dump everything that I would like to get done between now and the end of the year. Because that still counts as writing, right? But because I can't focus, if I brain dump everything, then that kind of helps me get focused, if that makes sense. So with the list making, I was able to write 418 words, but I also now have a better sense of what I'm doing for the rest of the year. And that's me breaking it down by month. So I have things that I want to finish by the rest of this month. I have things that I have to prep for and think about for November. And then I have stuff that I need to do and prep for in December. This is also going to help me plan how to execute everything throughout the rest of the year because we're planning on having Thanksgiving here at our house. We're planning on doing like a cookie party. So I have to think about what cookies I'm going to make in terms of what ingredients I need to make or get from the store. And then at some point, oh, I didn't add that into my list. I will. But at some point, I have to go Christmas shopping. Right. So all of these things that I have in the tabs of my computer brain here, I have to get it all down. And you notice that as I'm talking about it, I'm thinking about, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I need to add that. So that's what I'll probably be doing in the next sprint because I want to not necessarily finalize everything, but if I get it out, then I can confer with my husband when he's home, and then we can either cross stuff off the list and say, no, that's not necessary, or I can say, yes, this is going to happen. This is what needs to be done for it. And it kind of looks like we're getting some clouds. So if lighting is different, that's why. I might have to turn on a light. But let's see how you guys did. This is probably why I am constantly busy with things because I'm constantly making a list of what needs to be done, what I actually need to do, and what I need to do for it. We had someone new come in. They said hello. That was the last comment. They asked what I was writing, and so I said I was working on one of my novels. How about yourself? Writing anything? Unfortunately, I didn't hear anything back. Anne says the foster grants are $20 to $30. I get mine at Dollar Tree for $1.25. I was thinking if they break, not a big deal. They seem indestructible. Oh, that's a big price difference too, because if you're spending $20 to $30 on a pair of glasses, and then you can pretty much get the same thing for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, and they're not going to be destroyed right off the bat, I say that's a win-win. Saves you like $19, $20, if not more, and you have an indestructible pair of glasses. We had an Andy come in and wave hello. Hello. That was me. Then I thought I was muted and was not. So Dee Dee kindly reminded me. Hopefully you didn't hear much. That was my dad that had called. So, yeah, there's no telling what my dad and I will talk about because he will ask me financial questions. He will tell me where he's going for the day, and just in case something happens, I don't know why. It's good though. I mean, but there's not much I can do considering I live in Florida and he's in South Carolina. So, but he is family, so we do the best we can. I said, oops, thank you. She said, you're welcome. We had the faithful duo come in. Good afternoon for me, everyone. It's still morning here. To be honest, like, I feel like it should be later in the day, but it's not. It's 10:30. So I can't complain too much because then it still allows me to get a few things done, both here and after. Dee Dee said groceries arrived and I put them away. Sprint hopped and started chapter 57. It's a long chapter. What exactly are you doing with these chapters? Are this chapters you're reading, or is this something that you're working on? Let me know. And 57 chapters. That's a lot of chapters. Is this in the same book? Let me know what you're up to. Kiani came in, popping in to say hello before work. Hello. Also got snacks. Ooh. I should get snacks. I have some apple strudel in there I need to eat up before it goes bad. Because I bought it Monday. Yes, I think I bought it Monday. Yes. So I need to eat it up before it goes bad. Excuse me. Dee Dee says hey to Kiani. Also hey to sister. Kiani says hey Dee Dee. Christina is here. Good morning, Christina. She says good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Kiani. Hi, Andy from Dee Dee. Hi, Dee Dee from Christina. Superstar Christina. Hugs and kisses. Hi, Faithful. Hey, Andy. Hi, Anne. Hi, Paula. Hi, Courtney. I believe Courtney went off to bed, but she was here briefly, yes. Ren, have to get through 2 more units of studying. Yes. Hardcore. Christina says hi to Jen and hi to Ren. With the Dollar Tree ones, I have them all over the house. I also have ones that sometimes match my shirt. Wow. I am transposing letters all over the place. That says shirt, not skirt. Very nice. I would probably do the same thing because I do that with my chapstick. Like, I kid you not, I have chapstick on my desk, but I also have it in my purse, in my nightstand. I have one in the bathroom. I have one in the library. I have it everywhere. It's mainly because my lips get so chapped. Even if I drink enough water. I don't know why. I think it's a side effect of living in Alaska, because you're always cold. So my lips dry out, and then I have to chapstick them. But it's there. So I have it everywhere around the house. So I don't blame you for one bit having glasses all over the house. Ren says, might have to do a reading break now, though. Yes, make sure you're not studying too hard. Make sure you mix in the reading fun with the homework. I used to do the same thing. Ren says, hey, Christina, Kiani, Jen, and Charles. There's the PSA for the morning. Christina says, remember, hydrate or mummify. Feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds, stretch. Also shows, make sure you hocus pocus the like button. Sub and ring the bell so you hopefully get notified. I don't see anything out there, but I got a notification on my phone that there was motion detected at my pool. I can see the pool from here, and I don't see anything. So I wonder if it's just the pool floating around. I'll check in a minute. We do have a pool guy that is supposed to come today. I've been kind of keeping an eye on him too when he does show up, because I don't think he's doing everything that he's supposed to be doing. So I'm keeping a watchful eye so that I can complain if I need to. Because if he's not doing it, then why am I paying the amount that I'm paying, you know? Anne says I have potato chips upstairs, so you don't have to go downstairs to get them. I could see that. I used to do the same thing. Have like a little drawer of snacks. Sadly, our house does not have an upstairs anymore. When we moved into this house, we decided that we just wanted to do a one-level house. So, because as we get older, I don't want to have to worry about falling down the stairs. So we were thinking of the future ahead. Ren says, hey, Faithful. Faithful says, sister. Dee Dee says, I'm working on a typeset formatting for a personal bind of Manacled, which is the Harry Potter fanfiction version of Alchemized. Oh, you're still working on that. I would like to see it when you're all done. I don't know if I could. If anybody has read Alchemized, let me know what you think of it. I heard that there is a particular scene in there that is not, like, I don't have any trigger warnings, but I don't particularly care for, like, non-consent. It's not something I'm triggered by. I will read it, but it's not something that I could, like, I feel like there could be another way to do it, you know? But if you've read it, let me know. Maybe I'll give it a read. I am interested to see, because it is a Harry Potter fanfic. And you know me, I love Harry Potter. So I would read it. And I know there's another one. I cannot think of the title, but it's supposed to be a Hermione and Draco. It's a pink and black cover. Gosh, I'm going to have to Google it now. Google. The irresistible urge to fall for your enemy. I hear that is a Draco and Hermione, like fanfiction type. Like someone wrote it based off of them. So I have the book. It's in the library. I want to read it. I think it's on my list for November or December. Christina, says Faithful. Anne says good morning to Christina. Kiani. Faithful says Kiani. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong, and I don't know why. It's like I know how to say it, but I want to say it right. And every time I hear myself say it, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. Kiana. Oh my God, it's going to bother me. She says hello. Kiani. Hopefully I'm saying it right. My God, I'm so like, it's like my brain is like malfunctioning. And I can't tell if I'm saying it right. Hey, Ren, Anne, Christina, Faithful, Paula, and Alicia. Hello. Faithful says to Ren, you can do it. Christina says, save progress. Yes, I will save progress. Always save your progress. Anne says, I bought a dorm fridge that is downstairs in my library. It has my soda and ice cream stash. Ooh. I would definitely do one of those if I had room in the library. So, funny enough, you say this, and I would do the same thing. But with the house the way it is now, even though we have lived in this house for 10 years, every month, my husband and I find something that we would change in the house. And some things are easier to change than others. So we've just decided that if we ever come into a large sum of money, we are going to buy a slightly bigger property and we are going to rebuild this house, replicate it exactly with the changes that we want to make, because we don't have a coat closet by the front door. We want a slightly bigger pantry. I would like the library room to be slightly bigger. There's no door on the master bathroom. So if I want to go into the master bathroom to use it, I'd have to close the master bedroom door to use the bath. You see what I'm saying? So like there's little things. There's little things. And I think because you guys can't see it, but like this is kind of like in an alcove, right? So the front door is kind of behind the laptop over there, but it's like it's set back. We would actually like to push it so that it's flush with the front of the house, and then create like a bigger front porch. Small things, small things that we would like to change. But I would like to have a fridge for things in the library, but that I can't, like, there's not enough room. I need space. Didi says, who? Me, Christina? Thankfully, it auto-saves. Right? Thankful for auto-saving. And we have a coda. We'll never get older, Team 84. Tell my body that, because this morning my hip did not want to cooperate. I don't like it. My brain says I'm still in my 20s, but my body says otherwise. So, but I still get carded at the grocery store anytime I buy any kind of beer, wine, alcohol, anything. So I'm thankful for that. So yeah, we'll never look like we getting older, but our body will say otherwise. Anne says good morning to Coda. Coda says, hey, mama, and hey, faithful. Good morning, Anne. Dee says, haven't read it yet, but have been told to brace myself and prepare for chapter 5, I think. Oh. I might just, see if my library has a copy and read it that way. I don't think I could, but it's 1,000 pages. Like, I've seen it in person. The book and the font is tiny, and it's like over 1,000, and I think it was like 1,014 pages. That might be my pool guy. I'll have to see. Hey, Kiani and Christina. Nope, FedEx. They're just yakking away. And he didn't even put it on the front porch. He put it outside the front porch. Rude. Christina says, good morning, Coda. Hey, Ren. Kiana. Thank you. Thank you, Kiana. Kiana. I'm going to write down that pronunciation because I need to remember this. And I'm so sorry I mispronounced your name. Kiana. Kiana. I got it. You're probably right. I was thinking of Kiani. Yep. I haven't seen her in a while. See? My brain malfunctioned. Thank you so much. Ren says, hey, Coda. Kiana. Okay. Got it. pinch poke key. Dee says yes, Manacle is what? Oh, Draco and Hermione fanfiction. I've heard of that book also, and have the fanfic that is based on also. That might be my next bind. Ooh. Coda says hey to Charles and Jen and Paula and Courtney. Kiana says hey to Coda and Charles. Dee says hey Daddy. You get Daddy's email, Dee? Oh, emails are being sent. Are you guys in trouble? Is that why you're getting emails? Coda says, "Oh, that's cute. I don't get carded, but I think that's because I'm memorable rather than old looking." I know it's only I don't really go to liquor stores because I can buy my wine at Target. They don't card me there. The only place that really cards me is my grocery store. And the only thing I'm getting at my grocery store is beer for my husband, because I don't drink beer. I drink wine. So I don't know. Faithful says hey Dakota. Anne says our house is 2 stories with a finished basement. The funny thing is that the master bedroom is larger than the apartment I had in graduate school. I feel like, because we've had that discussion too, my husband and I, our first apartment together is basically the size of our master bedroom. Like if you took our master bedroom, the solarium, and the master bath and kind of folded it in on itself, that would be our first apartment. But we would have like a kitchen and all that stuff. Now, like our first apartment is like 1/3 of the size of our house. Coda says winking butt cheeks. Do I even want to know? Faithful's laughing. Charles says hey to Kiana, Coda, and Miss Faithful. And Dee says nope, runs to inbox. Oh, see, you missed the email. All right, that is the last comment I see. So I'm going to put the final sprint banner on because we need to get to our last 30-minute sprint. The cat is looking at me like he's going to be mad if we don't get started. All right, so 30 minutes on the clock. Last sprint. We're going to go a little over, but that's okay. And I will see you in 30 minutes. Make it count. All right. How did everyone do on our final sprint? Did you make it count? Tell me, what did you get up to? What do you plan on doing for the rest of the day? I did more of my list. I think I have everything like dumped out of my brain. So I should be able to get a few things done on the novel now. I'm still going to work on that throughout the day, but I do have to package up some books that I sold on Pango and mail those out today. So I printed out the label for that. And I did a little bit of sprint hopping. So we'll go back and do that later as well. Let's see what you guys got up to, and we'll finish up for today. If you heard that noise, it was my deep focus timer through Finch. It was part of my check off the list today. So yay, I did it. I believe this was the last comment we had. I'm very curious about this email now. Coda says, oh yeah, I card it at the grocery, but that's because you gotta ring up your own shit every time now. I don't. Actually, down here, you can only do self-checkout if it's 10 items or less. If you have more than 10 items, they have you go to a actual cashier. And that's for Publix, that's for Target. I don't typically go to Walmart unless I absolutely have to, so I wouldn't know about that one. But yeah, my grocery store, we don't. Like if it's 10 items or less, you can go to self-checkout. But if it's 10 or more, you have to go to an actual cashier. Faithful says, hey to Charles. Coda says, yes. That was probably part of one of your other comments. Dee Dee says, thank you. Kisses all over your face, Daddy. Anne says, I am 68. We went out to eat. I ordered a drink. The waiter asked for my ID. I must have looked at him puzzled. He laughed and said he was making sure I was eligible for the senior discount. And I said, oh my goodness. I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't know if I would be like shocked or offended. But hopefully it all went well. Jen says, I'm done with meetings for a while, so switching to it for a bit, trying to catch up on the pages. That is one that I will probably never read. I don't like clowns to begin with, so the fact that they wrote a book about a clown in a storm drain, no. No, thank you. Nope. Kiana, I got to 40% of Curvy Girl Summer by Daniel Allen. Nice. Christina says, I did some sprint hopping and finished first coffee. Yeah, I need to finish my coffee. And then I'll probably switch to water. I don't remember what I did, but I don't think it was productive. I'm sure you were productive. And even if you weren't, that's okay. You needed a little break. Now you can get back to being productive if you so wish, or just sit back, relax, and read. Whatever your heart desires. Christina says, thanks for hosting today, Alicia. Have a beautiful day. You are so welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Here is your morning PSA, at least for me. If you're in the afternoon time or evening time, It is your time zone PSA to remember, hydrate or mummify, feed thyself, check the laundry, take meds, stretch. Also, make sure you pocus the like button, sub, and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Yes, please, and thank you. I did a double check as I was signing in this morning. I think I am now 74 away from 500. So, yay. Progress. Ren says made it to 86% of the Wolf King. 40 minutes left in the audio. Oh my goodness. Go check out the sprinting spreadsheet so you can find some more sprints so you can finish those last 40 minutes. You've got this. You'll totally finish today. Make sure you save progress. I saved my progress. Thanks for sprints, Alicia. You're so welcome. Ren. There you go. Christina beat me to it. There's Rita's stream. So if you need more. There's also Paula's. Ooh, Paula's doing it today? I'll have to go. I know Donna and Tiara are going, which ironically, here's Donna's sprint. And here is Tiara's sprints. Coda says, our grocery store used to be like that, but they replaced most of the lanes with self-checks at King Soopers and Walmart, and the only way to get an actual checker is to huff and puff enough. Jeez. Oy. Well, but see, in the same token, so like yours are all self-checkout. Ours still has groceries with like a self-checkout section. However, if you go to my local McDonald's, they do not have a cashier at the counter. You either have to go through the drive-thru and order, and that's how you talk to people, or you go inside and the way you order is you order through like a menu board. So you order yourself, and then you, I guess, can pay through the machine. I always turn around and just go like pay through them because I don't trust the machine. But you could pay through the machine, and then they send your order out through the counter. It's very strange because they no longer have menu boards up front on the wall. It's blank, and it's smaller counter space. So, and I don't even think that they have soda machines anymore. Like you can't like get your cup and go get your soda. They bring everything out to you. So sodas, food, Happy Meals, everything. They bring it all out to you. And you just order through that menu board. It's very weird. The first time I did it, it was absolutely mind-boggling. I had to like take pictures and send to my husband to show that there were no menu boards on the wall. Because I went in because drive-thru was too busy. And I wasn't going to sit there with the line wrapped around the building. You never know with these, which way they're going to go. But yeah, I probably would be huffing and puffing. Christina says, for more sprinty fun and readathon info, there is the sprinting spreadsheet, aka Book 2 Bible. Yes, this is a very important link. Make sure you have a copy of it. Save it. It's updated daily. Make sure you check the tabs at the bottom. For who's sprinting and when, because they will match your time zone. If not, you can find the closest one, and it is super helpful. Charles says, if it wasn't productive, DD, I hope it was fun. Exactly. I agree. Christina says, going to be working on the Bible, November readathons and sprints, but here is one playlist. It has one video right now, but we'll have more over the next week or so. And that is NetGalley November. Yes, we are very much coming up to November. Let me tell you, I am not ready for this holiday season at all. Charles says, thanks for hosting, Alicia. You're so welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out and getting some writing done, reading done, productivity, however you spent these sprints. I will see you guys. I don't know why the cat is meowing. We are not doing the cat. I turned her off. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I will have hopefully a video up tomorrow. I know I'm a little behind. Shh. Sunday sprints. Hopefully, I will see some of you there, and then writing sprints again on Monday and Tuesday, and then Kelly will be back on Wednesday, and we will all be able to do all of the things. Dee says, thanks for sprints today, Alicia. Hugs and kisses. You're so welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out, guys. And I will see you on Sunday. Have a good rest of your